What's happening, Hardscapers? Let's talk about how much a paver patio costs. Let's get into this. So if you listen to the How to Hardscape podcast or other things that I do, you know that I talk about pricing a lot, and we use the How to Hardscape headquarters software to do our pricing, which allows us to recover our costs on our job, including direct and indirect costs, and adding a profit margin on top of that to make sure that you're going to stay in business for the long term. But today we're going to break down how much a paver patio costs and break it down from materials, labor, and beyond to really break down how much it should cost. So let's get started right away with the materials involved in building a paver patio and the cost of those. And I'm going to be using a 100 square foot example for a paver project. And if your paver project is going to be 200, 300, 400 square feet, just multiply it by that amount. But know that those costs will likely come down the larger the project is. So let's get started with the excavation. For a 100 square foot patio, we're likely going to excavate about 3.7 yards. And with fluffing it up when you're excavating soil, it's going to get fluffed up. It's going to be about 4 yards. And this costs us about $350 for a disposal fee for this. So we rent out bins. That's how much it's going to cost. Whether you're renting out bins or not to do this, the savings on disposing it yourself, if you have a trailer to be able to haul 4 yards or a truck, it's still likely going to cost your time to drive off-site and dispose of that material. And not to mention the disposal fee is likely going to be still around that $350 mark. Now this may vary from region to region. Some regions have very easy way of disposing of soil and sometimes even get paid to dispose of soil. So this will vary. Getting into the base preparation, at 8 inches of base, we're likely around 2.5 yards. At $40 a yard, we're going to be $100 for that base material, plus an $85 delivery. And we're also going to get a third of a yard for our bedding material, so that is going to be an additional $15, and then plus our geotextile to separate our subsoil from our base, an extra $20. Now once again, coming back to that delivery cost, you could go pick it up yourself, but you're using your time to do that. Your truck was just an additional expense or whatever you're using, so $85 is still likely going to cost you that anyways. Now for the pavers, we're going to do a $5 square foot paver, and that's going to be 100 square feet, so $500 plus a delivery fee of $180. Once again, you could go pick it up yourself, but it's also going to cost you money to be able to do that, so we'll just say $180, which is what our supplier charges us. And for our edge restraint at 40 linear feet, if we're doing all around the entire project, that's going to be $2 a linear foot, so $80 for our edge restraint. And jointing compound, it's going to take 2 bags of polymeric sand, so $50. And any cleanup topsoil, that's going to be about $40. So with all the things said, this is going to be $1,420. That is Canadian, and this much for US. So that's $14.20 a square foot just for the materials alone. So if you have somebody that is below that $14 a square foot mark, you know that they're cutting corners or providing cheap material. You know there's problems already there with that. But now let's add in the labor cost. Our excavation is going to take us 3 hours. Our base preparation is going to take us 3 hours. Our screening is going to take us 1 hour. Laying is going to take 1 hour. Edge restraint and jointing compound is going to take us 2 hours, and our cleanup is finally going to take us an additional hour. At 11 hours for this entire project, we're going to have 2 people on the project, and that's going to be about $50 an hour for those 2 employees. However you want to split it up, whether it's $30 an hour for one employee, $20 an hour for another employee, or 2 $25 an hour employees. $50 is just a round number that I can use to do this. That's $550 in employees, but not to mention our labor burden, which would be payroll taxes, insurance, vacation pay, providing our employees with a livable wage. We're going to add about 30% on top of that, or $165. So $550 becomes now $715. So with our direct costs, that's materials and labor, we're at $2,135 for this project. And I'm just paying for direct costs at this point. So if someone is charging $21.35 or less, you know that they are cutting corners to do that project. So where are they cutting corners to provide you a minimum? Now, asterisk to that would be that we are in a freeze thaw heavy climate. So we're going to do a deeper base, about 8 inches for us. Minimum would be 6 inches. And if you go further south, you're going to get into base depths of about 4 inches. So consider that a little bit, but still shouldn't be too much of a difference. And that's about $16 a square foot at the current rate. So now we haven't even considered indirect costs and profit on top of that, so that that business can remain profitable. Business owners in the hardscape industry take on a lot of risks with employees working in the field with heavy equipment, driving to and from job sites, the cost of equipment and labor on top of that. There's a lot of risk involved with this, so we do deserve to make a healthy profit for what we are doing. But before we get into profit, let's talk about indirect costs. It's important to note that for a business in our area, we're only going to operate 8 months of the year because of winter. We have less time to recover our costs, so this would mean our pricing would be higher than a business that works 12 months of the year or full year round to recover their costs. So for example, yard rent. If it is $12,000 a year, I only have 8 months to recover that cost. That's $1,500 a month I need to recover in my projects. But a business that works 12 months of the year, they're going to recover $1,000 a month. Not every indirect expense is the same as that. For example, marketing. It's not like we're going to be marketing throughout the winter, but year-round expenses like rent is something that we need to consider to recover that in our 8 months. Also, businesses are going to have different indirect costs or overhead. So this is where pricing discrepancy comes into play, as well as how long that business thinks that project is going to take them to complete. So let's talk about different indirect expenses. I have a full list of them, from accounting, advertising, automobile expenses, bad debts, bank charges, cleaning, computers, contributions, credit and collection costs, conferences, dues and subscriptions, education and training, because we want to make sure our employees are trained well, liability insurance, building and equipment insurance, interest expenses, licensing, legal fees, meetings, office supplies, payroll expenses, rent, software, taxes, cell phone, tools, travel and entertainment, uniforms, utilities, and so on. If you don't price these things into your projects, these will come out of your pocket. And you won't be able to stay in business for a long period of time when you're forking over cash for these large expenses of your project. So the easiest way that you can recover these costs is use a software like How to Hardscape Headquarters, where you can create a budget and know how much percentage of these costs need to be applied to a project to be able to recover it. Other things like equipment depreciation. Just because you own a piece of equipment doesn't mean that it doesn't need to be replaced in the future, and you need to be pricing the projects appropriately to recover the costs of that depreciation. So that's your truck, trailer, skid steer, saws, and so on there that needs to be recovered. Once again, this is where this number will vary from business to business depending on how lean they are, how many crews they have, how many employees they have. This is going to differ greatly, so I really can't even put a dollar amount for this project on this. But what I will say is a healthy gross profit margin for a hardscape business to do a project like this is around 50%. Use that as a guide, not the exact truth. So our direct costs with materials and labor was $2,135, and we're not even adding in our cost of goods, equipment that's going to actually be used to do that project. So that's not even a true number there for our direct costs. But if we multiply that by 2, that gives us a 50% gross profit margin. So our revenue for that project minus our direct costs. So that would be a $4,270 project, or $42.70 a square foot. Once again, as a project does get larger, you do have a decrease in that square footage pricing, and that 50% gross profit margin is not something you necessarily want to go by. You want to go by what your business is for those indirect costs. Another thing that I sometimes get is a client who wants to save a little bit of money, so they'll wonder what a $3 a square foot paver would cost them for their project as opposed to our $5 a square foot paver. Well, this really doesn't change a whole lot. That's $200 at 100 square feet in savings. And as you can see, that's like less than 5% of the total job cost. The paver doesn't make up a whole lot of the entire job cost. Better to get a higher quality paver at about $5 a square foot as opposed to going going to a cheaper paver at about $3 a square foot. Not to mention a $3 a square foot paver is likely a smaller format material that's going to take us longer to actually install that material. So our labor might increase even though you're saving $200, that might be offset by the cost of labor involved with that. Not to mention lower quality material, less appealing. Go with the product that you want installed for your project. Another thing that business owners leave out is their own owner's salary. The profit is the business's. Your owner's salary is your business paying you as an employee, which needs to be done. It's the main reason why I see a lot of people not understanding their numbers and just saying that the profit is just what they'll pay themselves with at the end. It's the wrong way to look at it. You have a lot of time wrapped up in your business, especially if you're in the field installing. You also have time in the office, time spent with clients, estimating, consultations, and so on there that you need to recover. But at least this video, I hope, gets your brain turning on pricing these projects, as well as if you are listening to this as somebody that's looking for a paver project, what exactly goes into a business like ours, to know if somebody's pricing a square footage pricing that is below what we've already talked about, they're likely cutting corners. They're going to go out of business soon, so they won't be able to service you in the future if something was to happen to that project. They're not paying their employees a livable wage, and for our industry that works so hard in the elements, in the outdoors. So I do hope that this helps you in understanding what goes into every single project that does get priced. And if you are interested in the How to Hardscape headquarters software, the link is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching.